Alright everybody, the Steppen Gamer here. Today I'm playing Fate of the Fellowship by Z-Man Games. I'm going to be playing it at the Legendary level. Now, like many of you, I can rarely beat the game at the Standard level. Why am I trying the Legendary level? I believe it will improve my proficiency with the game if I'm playing it at this harder level. I'll have to play much more efficiently and with greater skill. And then when I go back to playing it at the Standard level, it'll seem like a walk in the park. Or should I say, a walk in the Shire. Today I'm solo playing the two-player version. Over here I have Frodo and Sam, and they have the Destroy the One Ring objective. Over here I have Galadriel, and should be playing the Lay the Pits Bare objective. Over here, player 2, got Merry and Pippin, and they have the Hobbits Pledge Their Loyalty objective, and have Aragorn with the Oathbreakers Fulfill Their Duty objective. Now of course at the Legendary level, I'm playing with 6 objectives to complete. I also have the Infiltrate minus Morgul objective and the Bring Light to Mirkwood objective. Now when I play the Standard version, I oftentimes am unable to complete the 4 objectives before my deck runs out. I have no idea how you're supposed to complete 6, but I'm going to try. Now I randomly drew these objectives, and in a 2-player game I have 4 characters and I happen to have 4 objectives that require specific characters. So I didn't choose my characters. This is the characters I have to play. Now winning this game typically takes a much longer time than losing it. If you get some harsh shadow cards, you can be losing 2 doom per round, and then 3 turns later you're down to 0 and there's nothing you can do. I like playing with that kind of danger, real danger. And for making a video, rather than watch somebody else play a game for an hour and a half, I can condense the gameplay to just hopefully less than 20 minutes, less than half an hour, of very intense, action-packed play. Now before we begin, the one thing I've run into before with this Hobbits Pledge Their Loyalty objective is you need to have the right card in the right area to place the heart token on the card. So you have to be very wary of what heart cards you play for other reasons, or you'll leave yourself without any options. I had a game once where it was all set to win, everything was going smooth, and then I realized I didn't have any heart tokens left to complete that objective. Or not just tokens, tokens would be easy. I didn't have the right heart cards. I'd already used them. So let's see how this goes. I may have already talked longer than the actual game will take. Let's see. The low card in hand is this 13 for Dale. The 13 dwarves that set off from Bag End into Hobbit. So player 1 starts. Player 1 has the Eriador Heart card. Since Frodo and Sam and Merry and Pippin are all in Hobbiton, the Hobbits are going to spend an action and give this card to player 2 so Merry and Pippin can get the first token up on the card here. Then this doesn't take an action, but they're going to play Entmoot, placing 3 Ents in Fanghorn Forest. Now that's just one action, but they don't need to do anything else, and I have a plan. Galadriel's going to go down to Fanghorn Forest, grab the Ents, and bring them back up to Lorien. That's 2 actions. As her third action, she's going to look at the top 4 cards from the Fellowship deck. We've got 2 ring cards. We're going to make sure we get those. And then a Skies Darken and a Dale card. We'll put those below that. As her last action, she'll play this Mirkwood card for the cloak symbol, and that allows her to draw an event card. Rohan Lends Horses. This also could fit well into my plans, because it allows characters, not armies, to move up to 3 extra spaces.
My plan is to keep everyone together so that I can easily trade cards between the 2 players.
That's all 4 of her actions. That ends the turn. They draw 2 cards. We get Rhudaur and Mirkwood, 2 ring cards. Now we draw 2 shadow cards. We get a red token in Moria. We deploy 3 Nazgul for Mordor to the Eye. Second card, we get a shadow army in Umbar. And we must roll a search in Frodo's region. There are 5 Nazgul in his region. And he loses 3 hope. Like I said, this game can be very short. I do have some ring cards. I could re-roll these, but I'm not ready to sacrifice the ring cards yet. Player 2, Merry and Pippin, will go to the Greyhavens. In the Greyhavens, they'll play the Eriador Heart card. Now they've got one of the tokens on that first objective. As their second action, they're simply going to gain a heart token. And now I begin my plan. I have the Council of Elrond, which allows me to move any number of characters to Rivendell. Everyone is in Rivendell. Now everyone's there, and Aragorn has 4 actions. He's got a Mordor Cloak card. He'll play that so they can all pass through the Misty Mountains to Carrick for 1. They're going to take the Old Forest Road. There's 2. Now because I have a Bring Light to Mirkwood, there's 1 orc on the Old Forest Road. That means Frodo must roll a search. Comes up, he loses a hope, but he's got Aragorn with him. Aragorn says, roll that again. Now it's blank. They're fine. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're in Erebor. You know what, I'm going to do that just like I did it, but I'm going to use this Rohan Lends Horses card. They can't use it going through the mountains because they have to spend a cloak. But then 1, 2, 3, they can use it for that. They still had to roll the search to pass through the Old Forest Road here. What that means is they get here with 3 actions left. They're going to take the Dale card, because they're in Dale now, the Dale Heart card, from player 1, give it to player 2. So they've done 1 action. This is 2 actions. Their 3rd action is the hobbits are going to pledge their loyalty in Erebor. Now this one's completed. 2 heart tokens go to Merry and Pippin. Flip that one over as completed. Gain a hope. And that's all 4 of their actions. Now they draw 2 cards. They get the Dale card and the Skies Darken card. Threat rate goes up 1. The eye goes to Dale. 3 shadow troops are added to Fanghorn Forest. And the danger intensifies. And now the shadow cards. Another one goes to Umbar. And 3 from Mordor to the eye. Well, there's 1, 2, 3. And the second card is Umbar to Helm's Deep. 3 Corsairs move up to Horondor. Now this time, Frodo and Sam are going to go back to the Woodland Realm. That doesn't require a search roll because the Woodland Realm has no Nazgul. That leaves me 4 actions with Galadriel. They're going to go to the Iron Hills, pick up the dwarves, go back to Lake Town. 1, 2, 3. And they will attack the orcs on the Old Forest Road. Here they go, losing 1 if they're in, unless they're in a haven. They're not in a haven, so they'll lose that dwarf, but they'll spend a Valor card and eliminate the orc as well. So that was 1, 2, 3, and the combat was 4. They end there. They draw 2 cards, 2 more Valor cards, and now the Shadow cards. Dunlin to the Grey Havens. And they add an orc to Rune. I guess that's an Easterling, a Wainrider. And to play me 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. Well, there's nothing left in Mordor. So the only place there's multiple Nazgul outside of Dale is Eriador. So there they go. And I can move 1 more. We'll take 1 from the Misty Mountains. Place it in Dale. Now player 2 has 3 heart tokens. And they're going to spend them for a Give Us a Song action. Merry and Pippin, Frodo's Spirits. Gaining 2 hope. Player 2 takes this merry band. 1, 2, 3. The 4th thing they do is spend another heart card to increase the size of the elven host. Then they draw 2 cards. Orc Infighting and a Dale Ring token. Orc Infighting allows me to remove 2 orcs from any location. I have a plan, but let us see what the shadow cards bring. Add more Easterlings to Rune and move 2 Nazgul closer to Frodo. That'll obviously be those 2. Well, Frodo's feeling a little trapped and it's not over yet. The next shadow card. Dol Guldur to Helm's Deep. Well, Galadriel's going to look ahead at the next 4 cards. Okay, next turn, we're going to move to Galadriel to Dol Guldur with 3 elven armies, and she has to play 3 Valors or 2 rings in a Valor to make this a haven and fulfill this Lay Bare the Pits objective. So she needs this ring card. And the way they're going to get the ring card next turn is I want to make sure that player 1 draws them this turn, and then players 2's turn, they can spend 1 action getting a ring card. 2, perform the cleansing. 3, this will be good. Now when they draw 1, they're going to get another Skies Darken card. Galadriel's proving to be very useful. Now they draw those 2 cards, and Frodo and Sam have 1 action. They're in Mirkwood. They've got a Mirkwood ring card. They're going to play that to get 1 of the 5 ring tokens they will need. And now we'll Doom Scroll. First Doom card. A red army to Near Herod. and moving 2 more Nazgul closer to Frodo. Next Doom card. Put an Orc in Dunland. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. And now it's player 2's turn. Player 2 is going to grab the Ithilien card from player 1, and now they have 3 Valor cards. They're going to move with 3 Orc armies to Erebor. 3 Elf armies to Erebor. The Orcs just moved out, so there's no one there. You can spend the 3 Valor cards they have, and with the 3 Elven armies they have with them, they have the 3 Valor cards they played. Dol Guldur is now a haven. It's been cleansed. Because Galadriel's there, they gain an additional hope besides the 2 hope they gain by getting F, so that's 3 hope. Their hope is already at 6, so now it's up at 8. Things are looking pretty good. Now Galadriel still has 1 action left. She's going to look at the top 4 cards again. Another Skies Darkened card is coming up. We're going to push it down so it doesn't come up till after player 1 completes their turn and they can get Frodo and Sam out of the Woodland Realm. Otherwise, they're going to lose 2 hope. Because if the eye is in Frodo's region, when the Skies Darkened card comes up, that's 2 hope lost. Merry and Pippin will pick up a heart token, because that's what they do. We get 2 more cloak cards. And we do 2 more, the next 2 shadow cards. An Uruk-hai at Isengard. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. It's already there, so we roll a search. This could be harsh. 4 dice. Lose 2 hope. 1 Nazgul gets recalled to Mordor. The other one is a blank result. Okay, this time, Galadriel's going to go 1, 2, 3 and pick up Frodo and go to the Old Forest Road. Frodo has traveled, and there are 3 Nazgul. 1 is nothing. 1 sends a Nazgul back to Mordor, and 1 we're going to have re-rolled because we have Aragorn with us. And that's nothing. And now Frodo can move. He's got 1. He'll move into the Misty Mountains. There are no Nazgul here, so there's no check to be made. Oh, and I almost forgot, when they laid bare the pits here, that lowered the threat level 1. They'll draw 2 more cards. They get a cloak card and a Skies Darkened card. Threat level goes to 2. The eye moves to Frodo's area. 3 orcs go to South Ithilien, and the danger intensifies. Now luck is with us, because since the last time we've not drawn the Saruman or the Sauron card, so while the set re-intensifies, we don't get those 2 shadow cards again right away. The shadow cards we do get are Rune to Minas Tirith. They're hopping on the yellow line. And Umbar to Helm's Deep, along the purple line. That moves those orcs to Osgiliath. And now we go to player 2. Now we're going to try to bring light to Mirkwood. We're going to leave Frodo where he is and go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Taking 2 armies with us. We'll say that was Merry and Pippin doing that. And Aragorn will move us 1 more. Go up to the Old Forest Road. Now we have tokens in all of the Mirkwood locations, and there's no dark armies there. Bringing light to Mirkwood. By completing that, we gain a hope, and we can move all the elven troops to 1 place in Mirkwood. These 3 down here are going to join them on the Old Forest Road. I need to start destroying some dark armies, or we're going to run out of those, and we'll lose that way. Well, we won't lose that way, but we'll lose hope that way, and that'll be bad. And the whole good-bad thing, that's bad. Now they draw 2 more cards. They get a Cloak and Romanian, and the Tom Bombadil event card. Now they have 7 cards, 3 of which are events. So we're going to burn through some events here pretty quick. You know what, I'm going to bring all the elves to that group. Let's go to the shadow cards. 1 army goes to Rune, and 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. 1, 2 that were in Mordor, and 1 from Mirkwood. Next shadow card is 1 in Dunland. Shift the Anshin, shift the eye to Frodo, it's already there, so we roll a search. 3 Nazgul, looking for the Frodo. He's going to lose 2, 1 of them sucks the guy back to Mordor. He doesn't want to give up any of his cards at this point, so he's going to take the 2 hope. They're going to use 1 action to go along the Old Forest Road. There's 1 Nazgul there. That loses them a hope, but Aragorn is there. They re-roll. Aragorn protects them. They lose nothing. That was Frodo and Sam using 1. Now Galadriel has 4 actions left. They're going to go 1 to the southern Mirkwood. They move with Frodo, so they have to roll for a search. There's 1 Nazgul there. They're losing a hope unless Aragorn can save them again. He does. They'll stay hidden in southern Mirkwood, while the rest of the Fellowship drives down into Dagorlad. So that was 1, 2. Now we're going to hunt up some Easterlings. That costs 2 elves, and the dice show 2. Because Aragorn's there, each red symbol destroys 2, so that's 2 more gone. And because we've completed an objective already, the Anduril ability is activated, and that takes out another one, so that's 5 that they lose, and 2 heroic elves go down. With 1 action left, they're going to spend a cloak card to draw another event. The Eagles. Move 1 character to any location. Of course, you can move Frodo, but it's a massive search. Now they're done. They draw 2 cards. This is player 1. Gets a cloak card and a valor card, and then 2 shadow cards. Another Umbard and Helm's Deep. These 3 orcs attack minus Tirith, and then there was nothing else along that line. So 3 assaulting minus Tirith. They lose 1. The other results would have cost us guys, except we're in a haven, so that we don't lose those. Next card, it's Dunland to the Grey Havens. Move somebody from Tharbad to Sarnford, and from Dunland to Tharbad. And now it's player 2. Remember, we're trying to finish these objectives as quickly as possible. So now we're leaving this area. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've now traveled on the paths of the dead. We had to burn a cloak card to do that, so they do that. Boom. Now once he's done that, you place 2 shadow troops in Pelargir, and 3 Gondor troops in Eric. He has 1 left. They're all moving to Lemedon. Or no, he has none left. So with the 1 left from Merry and Pippin, they're moving to Lemedon. To actually complete that Paths of the Dead, right here, they have to get rid of all the red troops, all the orcs, from Gondor. And there's 4 orc armies in Gondor. You know what? They're going to hang back here. Instead of using the 1 to do that, Merry and Pippin are going to get another heart token. Because gosh, those are handy. They draw 2 cards. Misty Mountains and Elven Cloaks and Rope. And we're going to use some of these cards now. Orc Infighting. They move up to 2 orcs, remove up to 2 orcs from any location. We're going to pull a 2 out of Pelargir. Any character, and Elven Cloaks and Rope allow any character to move alone up to 2 times. 1 and 2, gets them out of Mirkwood, uses that one. The Elven Cloaks and Robe event card. Now we've drawn cards for them, but we haven't drawn shadow cards for the end of player 2's turn. Gets an army near Herod, and 2 Nazgul go closer to Frodo. Boom, things are a little crowded in Dale, and we're going to move 1 into Rovanion. The second card, there's 1 in Dol Guldur, an army appearing in Dol Guldur, but now that it's a haven, they do not. 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. Well, there's 1. The Eye is actually still in the Misty Mountains. Rovanion is the only other place that has 2, so 1 comes from Rovanion, and then I can take 1 from anywhere I want. Well, I'm going to take the other one from Rovanion. There's the 3. And now it's player 1's turn. Player 1 spends a cloak card, moves 1, 2, 3 into minus Tirith, and they've come to eradicate the orcs that are there. Which they do. They also have one of the Nazgul results on the dice. There is a Nazgul in Gondor, so they'd lose 2 armies. But guess what? Aragorn's there. He's saying, let's re-roll that. Boom. Now, Gondor is clear of all orcs. We complete that, and we gain a hope. You know what? We've got... I think it was too powerful to say that every time we do one of these, we lower the threat rate down 1. So I'm going to put it back up by these 2. So this is where the threat rate actually is. Oh, one of the objectives I have left is the infiltrate minus Morgul, which I should have set another army in minus Morgul to start. Before I do the ring, my next objective is to make minus Morgul a haven. Frodo and Sam have an action to spend. They're in Gondor, they're with the ring, they have a ring card, so you're going to get another ring. That's it, they're done. They draw 2 more cards. 2 more heart cards. Mordor and Rovanion. And now we have 3 shadow cards. Put another troop in Isengard. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. The next one, Wheels of Saruman. Player 2 is going to discard a cloak card and a valor card. And the third card they draw is Moria to Minas Tirith, along the yellow line. The orcs besiege Dol Guldur, and if they can get around all these Nazgul, they're marching in the shade. There. Now we do the assault. No, they don't have to do an assault, it just falls. So that falls, and they lose 3 hope. They're going to move to Minas Morgul. So they'll do 1, 2, and 3. They need to pay 2 cloaks. There's 1 cloak, and 1 cloak is a gift from the elves. 1, 2, 3, they can do 1 attack. They destroy all 3, they lose 1. They'll just take that. Now while they sit there, they have to find 3 cloaks or 3 valor. Merry and Pippin have 1, they're going to grab another heart token. They draw 2 cards, 1 to Skies Darken, and 1 is a valor card, so they're on their way. Skies Darken, the shadow grows, boom, now we're up to 4 cards per turn. We lose 2 hope because the eye is in Frodo's region. 3 more orcs show up to join the 3 that are already there in Gladden Fields, and the danger intensifies. Now we're drawing 4 cards a turn. 4 Doom cards, shadow cards. First one is Umbar to Helm's Deep along the purple line. No one's there. Second one, Rune to Minas Tirith along the yellow line. Minas Tirith is almost sacked. Now we put 1 in Dunland and move 2 Nazgul closer to Frodo. These guys can make it, and one of these guys go to Rohan. Then Umbar to Helm's Deep. So here's Helm's Deep, also along the purple line. And this is where it ends because they move into Helm's Deep. These guys all move like that. Or not that guy. Not that guy. It's Umbar to Helm's Deep. But these guys move in and take Minas Tirith. Minas Tirith is sacked. I should have left guys in Minas Tirith. That was my mistake. Losing 3 hope. We have 1. We're now at negative 2 hope. Alright. You know, now that I've played at the legendary level, I was thinking, man, if I could have just ran into here after doing 3 of these objectives, this would have been much easier. But on the bright side, it was a quick game, or a quicker game. But boy, when you get up to a 4 Doom card per turn threat level, this gets really tough. It was that last card that did it, and if it hadn't been for that last Doom card being drawn, I was gonna send one back here. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. You're wondering how I would have done that. Well, what I would have done is had Aragorn flying eagles back to here, and then, no, I would have had Galadriel flying eagles, and then I could have raised 2 armies there. Hindsight is 20/20. That was a very good game.